good afternoon. Starting my box for the latest Roxy's Journal of Stitchery challenge. Can't remember which one it is, but anyway. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff. Hand stitch box or a decorated box, that kind of thing. Now, I've done these in the past, so let me just move that aside. I made this one for, let me just lift you up a bit, you're awfully close, hold tight. That's better. Yeah, I made this one for my Steph France. Oh no, this was the silk threads, silk ribbons. I can't remember what I made it out of now. Don't know. Yeah, can't remember. Anyway, this one was fully lined with fabric, etc., etc., and it keeps all my silk ribbons organised. So that's that one. And then I did this one for my Steph Francis threads, which is this one here. Yeah, and a sort of a nod to Sue Spargo with the things. It's a magnetic box. It's got a magnetic thingy there, and I just lined this one with cardboard, which I won't be doing for this one. I'm going to fully line it with fabric because it just looks so much nicer, and I keep all my Steph Francis threads in that one. So I'm not a newbie to these, but I've been thinking about what I need and what I want. Yeah, I want to organise my little side table. I'll put a clip in here so you can have a look at the state of it at the moment. So you can see what I want to contain. I've brought it all up here. I'm not actually going to do anything out of here, so I'll move that out of the way. But just to let you know, you can get books on how to do it. There are some lovely ones in there which are canvas type. You know, you stitch on that plastic canvas, and obviously some that are, you know, like patchworky type ones. Now, what I kind of want to do, again, I've been thinking long and hard about this. Let me just skip through here. You see these exploding boxes? I can't see what you can see. Yeah, there. What I want to try and do is make a box where the front drops down so that I can just literally easily access it from the side of, you know, from my side table. But I don't want all these sides to flop down. I just want the front. So, oh, sorry, excuse me. There is one in here, this one. I like this one because it's got like a gusset here. Because what I'm thinking is when it flops down, I still want it to kind of be attached. So if I can work it out, I want to just the one, so there'll be three that are stationary, stitched together, and then the front one I want to be able to flop forward with like a triangle gusset so that it doesn't. Do I need it? Do I need the gusset? Maybe I don't. Just have it flopping down. Anyway, right. Yeah, so there's all sorts of nice things in there. So anyway, these are the things, if you saw, well, when you watched the video, you'd seen these little, I made these little pentagon tubs, I don't know what else you call them really, and they're quite handy when I take down things like Suffolk puffs, little mini hexes, that kind of thing, just to contain them. So I want those to be able to fit in the box. I've got my Stitchers, what was it called? I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, Annie Claxton did kits on these, and this is my one. Whatnots, that's it. Stitchers Whatnot. So I want that in there as well because I use that for needles and pins, as you can see. I'm trying to use up this really old thread. It's really good, and it's a glacé thread. I'm trying to get to the end of it because I want the bobbin. So I use that for when I'm basting English paper piecing. And then I got this little box which I take everywhere with me, especially when I'm sort of taking it to work or whatever, if I'm stitching in my lunch hour, that kind of thing. And I do like this little box, so I do keep that in here or at the side of my table, and then I grab it when I'm making up something to go to work with if I need it. So it's a lot of rambling, wasn't it? I'm trying to explain what I'm trying to do. Right, so I'm going to move this out of the way because we don't need that there anymore. Oh, I've got some grey board from... Right, I'm going to take all those off because I don't need that for a minute. I've got some grey board from the back of scrapbooking boxes. This one's super thick, this one not so much. Now when it comes to the lid, I'm going to do the lid last because I want it to... I'm just trying to think, what do I want it to do? See, I like this one. So yeah, so basically I think actually that's quite a nice lid, and then have this bit that it flops down so it's easy access. And the reason for a box is because the cat insists on laying next to me on the armchair every night. It drives me insane, but I know she's there for cuddles. And she swishes her tail all the time. It just knocks everything flying. The pins all went on the floor last night, so I'm like, right, I wasn't going to do this, but I do need to make a box. Okay, enough waffling. Yeah, so that's the card I'm envisioning to use. So for the top, I've got this really old piece of fabric that I've had for ages. It was curtains, and I don't know if you can make out, it's got, can you see? Yeah, it's got like wallflowers on it. So I thought when I come to do the top, this will be the top, and I'm going to thread paint and maybe put sequins and that kind of thing. I think it'll come across here like that. And then I've got some little flowers here that I can embellish. So yeah, I'm going to have fun with that. So that'll be the top. Good job we got nearly 5 weeks for this one because it's going to take a while. And then I've got another piece here, which if I need it for the inside, I can line the inside with that one. Might not be enough. I think I've got some more scraps of this left, and then that'll be the last of it. There weren't so many flowers on this one, so I really like that big blue one. It's going to collapse, stay. Okay, so for around the edges, I've got this lovely polka dot fabric. I don't know what brand it is. It's just some scraps that I picked up from somewhere. So I'm going to cover the outside perimeter of the box with this. I might do some stitching. I might put some sequins on where there's dots. I'm really not sure yet. Yeah, and I think I will line it with the thinner one. And then, yeah, so that's going to be my colour scheme, basically. It's going to be bluish, because I have got blue cushions on my sofa and things like that. But yeah, so that's my colour palette. I think it'll look alright. The only trouble with this one is it's one of those, it's kind of like, I don't think it is linen, but it's linen effect, and it just wants to run everywhere. So when I cover the outside pieces, I'm going to have to be quite vigilant about, I might use 3-in-1 glue actually, just to stick it down. I think that might be an advisable step. So now the size of box that I've decided on is 12 by 8 by 3, because that's all the height that I need. I think for the outside I will use this thick one. So I need to cut my base 12 by 8 by 3. So I'm going to use clonk, one of my patchwork ruler thingies. So 12, when they've got the half mark on, it drives me potty. Right, so 12 by 8. Oh, it's going to be the whole width, isn't it? Of course it is. I'll do everything the wrong way around. Actually, do I want 12? That seems quite big. Yeah, I've got a bit of space, haven't I, on the table? Maybe I should do it 10. Let's have a look what 10's like. It seems awfully big otherwise. So I just need to get those, that and that in there, and a little bit of room for other stuff. I think 10 actually. I wrote 12 by 8, but I think that's going to be too big. So change of plan. Right, this is why it's handy to draw things out, isn't it? I can't actually see if I'm online there. If you can see my head, I apologise. Right, let's go 10. That'll be big enough. There's a blackbird in my garden, and she has nested somewhere really close to the house. I've just been out planting my tomatoes and my runner beans and French beans. I can't get any runner beans. I don't know what's going on in the UK. There's no blooming runner beans seedlings. Oh, and she's giving us so much stick. Mackie's there like talking away to her, and I'm go in, leave her alone. She's chirping her head off. So I'm just trying to find my little cutting mat. Yeah, she's going blooming nuts out there. I thought, well, I don't know where you've laid your babies. I've got a funny feeling that the side of my house is like a creeper, you know, going up a trellis thing. I hate it. If it was my house, it'd be down. But yeah, and I think she's gone and laid her blooming eggs in there because she's going mad. And sadly, there was a dead baby I saw the other day. It had fallen, presumably fallen out of the nest. It was a real baby, you know. So this will be the base, and then we can cut some sides. I hope this isn't too boring for you. Again, can't blooming see the line. I've had phone camera issues. Oh my lordy. So I've had to, because I haven't got a fancy camera. I can't afford stuff like that. So my phone has to do as my camera. And yeah, it decided to have a fit the other day. Right, I think that's going to be plenty big enough. Yeah, and there's loads of space in there. It's going to have 3-inch sides. Right, okay, I think that'll be fine. So I need to cut 3-inch sides as well. I don't think I've got any more of that thick stuff. We'll have to use different weights. By the time you get fabric on them, they actually end up quite robust. You don't have to go too mad with them. So that those others were like ice cream boxes. So 3 by 10. Sorry if I'm making the camera go weird with my arm in the way. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting construction, this one. I really think I want the drop down bit. I might change my mind if I can't get my head around it, but there again, I might not. I just feel it'll be quite nice and easy to access. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Right, okay, I'm going to continue cutting. I might put you on a bit of fast forward because, you know, it's a bit like watching paint dry otherwise. Yeah, and I'll come back to you when they're all cut. Right, well that's all the pieces cut, so I just got the guillotine out in the end. I thought, what are you doing? You've got the tools, use them. Ay caramba. So you might need to take a smidge off when it actually comes to stitching it or covering it with fabric, because you've got to allow the width of the fabric. So I might need to take a smidge off of there. And it doesn't matter that it's floppy cardboard, as long as it's cardboard. That might work out fine actually. Yeah, okay. And then this one at the front here, actually what I might do is make that more solid one, the front. The floppy one's at the back. So I'll put a hinge of fabric there, and then it can fold up when it needs to. So when it comes to doing the flap, I guess if that's got a magnetic bit on it, I can still flap it like that, can't I? And magnetise it, and that will hold that up at the same time. Yep. Get there eventually. Right. Okay. So the first job, if you've never made one of these before, they are good fun. So the first job is to cover all of these with fabric. Where's that knife gone? Because I will stab myself, I know what I'm like. Right. So inside I think this will look quite nice. So ideally I want to be able to cover all the pieces. You've got to leave a... okay. I might have to do the sides in a different fabric, which is fine. Okay, right, I'm going to give this a quick press because I would like it to be nice and flat when I put it on. Do I want there or do I want there? No, I think all blue would look quite nice because it's got blue on the outside, although it's a different shade of blue. I think it'll be fine. Right, let me pause you. I'll just quickly press this and cut it to size, and yeah, I'll come back to you. Right, everything's pressed. The sun's coming round now, so let's see if I can block a bit out. No, presumably not. Okay, what I'm going to do is cut. Right, so I'm going to cut the base here. And I'm going to put black felt on the very bottom, you know, underneath. So let's cut that out. Run out of room. I've got my cutting mat under here, so I'm going to give it a good, well, as much as I can really. So what's that, an inch? Okay, let's go for an inch all round. I just had to go out and bring the cat in. All I could hear was that poor blackbird chirping away. The trouble is, she's doing that sacrificial thing where she dances in front of the cat, and I'm like, please don't, because even though she is a bit of a couch potato, my cat, when she wants to go, she can go. She can move quite fast. And I'm like, please don't, you've got babies to feed. Stop doing the sacrificial dance in front of the cat. Stress. This doesn't have to be perfectly wonderful, as you can see. Sorry, it's really hard to do when there's a camera in your face. Right, okay. Right, so that's the base. And then we need the same again for the felt that will go underneath. Now, this doesn't, well, I'm think I will wrap it around slightly, but it doesn't need an inch, that's for sure. Let's just go half an inch, I think. Again, it doesn't have to be... I was about to cut that really badly. This is not where I usually do my fabric cutting, suffice to say. Out there will do. So that can tuck under a little bit when I stick it down. I think I will stick this, but then when it comes to the actual seams, as it were, I will stitch those by hand. Right, so we have inside, whoop, inside and outside. Done. Okay, well, I've got a basket here. Right. Okay. We're getting there, hang on. So for the outsides, which is going to be these, I've decided I'm not going to decorate the dots, I don't think, because I just don't think it needs it, I'll be honest. I've got a smaller ruler. Gonna give it a good inch. Actually, if I don't know what you're seeing, actually, probably not a lot. Let me lift you up a little bit more. Okay, it's going to be a bit of fabric. Well, it's not wastage. I'm not going to call it wastage because you just need to do this, otherwise when you actually come to stitch the fabric down, as it were, you're not going to have enough. To get a new blade in my rotary cutter, I think. And I have been cutting a lot of fabric, so it's not surprising really. Right, okay. So that's all the outsides. So the I need to cut some card for the insides now. Right, let me go and find some. 2 seconds. Right, I've got an Amazon envelope here, so let's cut the 10s first. Are you 6 inches? Yes, you are. That's fine. So if I cut the 10s, now I'm going to make them. You can't see. I'm going to make them about 1/8 of an inch smaller. They 8ths? I don't know. I don't know inches. We're centimeters over here, but I did it in inches just so it's a bit more universal. So I'm going to make them just shy of 10 because by the time I wrap fabric round, and then they've got to fit inside, I think that should be enough wiggle room. And then 3 inches. Again, I might make it just a tad shorter. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be the full 3. So again, I think I'll cut it because the sides have got a stitch to the base. Maybe not a whole 1/8. I'll just go between, yeah, about there. It's not an exact size, so just nick that other bit as well. Okay, it was an 1/8 in the end. Right, so that's the 10s. You're not 3 inches, nope. Nope. Okay, I have to cut a whole new beat. So this one needs to be 8. Again, I'm going to cut just a little bit. Yeah, I think it does need to be a bit smaller. I might go about there. Yeah, and then again just shy of 3. Hopefully this will work out. Who knows? I've got plenty of cardboard. I can always recut them. So, right. Okay, that lot can all go in the recycling now. Come here. We'll keep you for now. But these aren't wide enough, so... Right, okay. I don't know if anybody else is doing covered ones, are they? I can't remember what was Rachel doing. I think she was doing a collage one, wasn't she, or something? I don't know. I kind of just stay on long enough to get the prompt, and then I deliberately turn off because I don't want to be influenced. I don't think I'm going to have enough of this fabric. Where's that top? Right, so the top is going to be roughly about there. I want to get in as much of the flowers as I can, really. These ones up here. So if I start about there, got to leave enough on the sides to be able to wrap it around. Okay. Can't quite get that one. Just think, no, no, I want it to be that way, I think. Sorry, I was just trying to think which way it's going to be orientated when it's on my desk, and it'll be that way. On my table, not my desk. Sounds very grand. Took my cutting mat away, and I shouldn't have done. I'm still not going to have enough. No. Okay, well, I'm not going to cut that yet then. Right, it's not. I was hoping to get enough down the sides and the top to be able to cover the insides, but I'm not. Okay, we'll get there in a minute. Hang on. So I need to find something to cover these now. Oh, blimey! Never rains but it pours. What should we have on the inside? So we've got that blue at the bottom. Put that back here. I have got some nice blue bumblebee fabric actually, which might look alright. Let's get one of these stitched on. Let's not worry about the lining for a minute. Let's get one of these on. So I'm going to do the base, I think. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to do the sides. I need to keep this as a template for the lid because it's obviously going to be the same size. Well, I don't know about obviously, but it is going to be the same size, and it can sit on top like it does in that orange coloured box. Right. I'm probably not making any sense whatsoever. Right, I'm going to, I say I'm not going to decorate. I'm going to put the white side. It doesn't matter. See? Which I'm sorely tempted to do actually. Otherwise you get a thread and you lace it across. I think I might just stick this, because this fabric is really fraying, and I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel if I glue it, it's less likely to keep unravelling. So I'm going to do exactly that. Let's get those sides nice and flat. Okay, so that's one. That's it really, that's all you do. And so you can lace it, but I think given what I'm working with here fabric wise, you can see it's just coming apart. And although I tried to cut with the grain as much as possible, I think I'd rather have the glue on there. Excuse me. Excuse me. To stop any more fraying. So I'm going to do that, and I will come back to you. Right, I've covered all those, so they're all done. I'm not going to glue the next lot. It's so messy. I'm covered in glue. I managed to find another piece of that matching fabric, so this is going to be the inside. I don't think I need to leave an inch. It's a bit more stable, this fabric, so I think that'll be enough there. Right, rotary cutter. Just gonna have to save that blooming bird. Cat is absolutely obsessed with it. Oh, I just hope she doesn't catch it. She rarely goes out. I don't know what she's doing. Well, the bird is driving her nuts. It's driving me nuts as well, to be honest with you. It's really noisy. Goodbye, piece of cardboard. I've got plenty of room with this one, so I'll chop that down here. So this you just don't see this, so you know, you mustn't worry too much about what it looks like on the back side, if you like. Right, 1, 2. I just do it with scissors, might be easier. Trying to do this around the camera. Mustn't well cack-handed. There's a really pretty pink flower at the end there, so we'll move it down there and we'll get that on the inside. This seems a faff, but once you've done this, apart from thread painting the top bit, it's more or less done, the actual structure. Any fraying, you can do it now, thank you. Right, let's turn it that way so that we don't get the Amazon packaging coming through. I don't know if you have to do this. I just kind of do this, just holds it steady whilst you do a bit of stitching. And to keep an eye on the weather, it's coming over a little bit, look like it's going to rain. And I've washed all my duvets this morning. I know. Aren't I efficient? Definitely don't need that much on there. Now, I did get a needle out. Where have you gone? There you are. Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know whether to loose it would be enough, you know, holding enough. Probably would. But you have to stitch this to the other one anyway, so okay, so just lace this one up. See, if I've done it on that fabric, I think it would just frayed. So, probably quite to the edge of it. Think like corners, did you, Wally? Nope. Just trim a little bit off there, I think. Probably not sure, I don't need the fingers up, so. Stay. Yeah, I'll do that, but I don't want to thread on there, so just tighten that a little bit. A little bit shy there. So we can do. That's the nice thing about that beacon 3-in-1. You get a fray edge like that, you just put a direct glue on there, which I will do, and it'll hold it down for you when it goes there with that one. So we'll use a double glue on there. Just remember, you don't see any of this. So although it's pretty messy, it really kind of doesn't matter. We'll back onto there. Yeah, that'll look quite nice. So I shall carry on, do the others. I might make this do for a video actually, and then I'll do all this. I'll cover the base in the same way, slightly better hopefully, and yeah, so what I'll need to do is I'll need to stitch all the outside edges together like so, corners on the corners, and then we can go in, probably stitch all the insides together. I don't know, I'll have to judge it by size. I think if they need stitching together I can do, but I brought that fabric in far enough that actually it will cover. So anyway, I shall do that, and then I'll come back for another video when basically I'll have the base and the box constructed. But all it is exactly as you've done here. You can either do it with thread very messily like I've done here, but it'll be fine when it's all together, or you can stick it. So yeah, the choice is yours. Right, I'm going to call that a video because it's been going on for a bit. I'm going to go and rescue my washing because there is a really big black cloud coming over now. Yeah, and I'll show you how I've got on. Very high up. Hope you saw some of that. Sorry about that. Right, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.